Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy 6Shot, the 6Shot Gaming Channel. Today we have another what to do on block vid for y'all. This time we talking about Gohan's real father and Dragon Ball Z, Piccolo. So like always people, if you learn something new and you find this video useful, please smash the like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Check out some of the past content. I have various what to do on blocks for multiple characters. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen the other ones, please go back and check them out. Also, link is going to be in the box below for all social media accounts that you can reach me at: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, so on and so forth. Also, I'm having that podcast episode probably going to be coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for updates on the tournament that I'm going to be running as well. But anyways, let's get started. So one move you can incorporate into Piccolo block strings is his homing Ki Blast wave. This move is pretty good mid-screen and in the corner because it's 100% safe on block. Normally, some characters are safe on block mid-screen when it comes to a Ki Blast move or energy wave like a Kamehameha. And then in the corner, they're unsafe because there's barely no pushback. But this move recovers very quickly. I think it might be -1 or 0 probably. It's probably -1 or 2 tops. And you cannot be punished. There is a gap in between this move and the block string, so you could vanish out of it just like so. You could also jump out of it and super dash your opponent, or even super dash through the Ki Blast attack, because the Ki Blast counts as a weak Ki Blast. And the startup of the move, it takes pretty long for the Ki Blast attack to come out. That's why you could jump. You could also reflect it, but you cannot get a punish at all off a reflect because Piccolo recovers just way too quickly to get a punish. So this is what makes this move pretty good to use on block. Also, this holds true in the corner as well. But since there is a gap, you could use an invincible startup move just like Vegeta's DP, or you could use a level 3 super. Like everybody has a level 3 super that has invincibility on startup, so you could do that as well. So this move seems to be at least neutral on block, or at least -1 tops, I believe. I don't think it's like -2. It seems to me it's like -1. So off of that, you know your frame advantage, or well, frame disadvantage after this move is done. You could have little strategies after that. So if your opponent blocks, right, and takes a split second longer to react and try to attack, you will beat them out with your light attacks. But if your opponent immediately mashes light after that, they will beat you out. So you have to be aware of that. But 9 times out of 10, especially online stuff like that, and your opponent's going to visually confirm what they're blocking and they're going to press, so you might beat them out. And also, if your opponent has a character with short, stubby normals, you could easily beat them out with your down medium because their light attack won't reach you in time, and your down medium has more reach than their light attack. But this is pretty much character dependent. But as you can see, this is the same as that case with Cell. I'm pretty sure this would not work against a Broly or a 16 or maybe even Goku Black because they have longer reach. And then there is pretty much mind games from here, because then the opponent could do a medium attack and their medium attack could beat out your medium attack. So you have to just do mind games from there and just read your opponent correctly. If you got to figure out what they like to do, if they like to press lights after a block homing Ki Blast, or do they like to go with a medium attacks. But if you read that they're going to do medium attacks, you can easily backdash your opponent, punish your opponent just like so. So it's just pretty much mind games after this move is blocked on what you could do against your opponent and what your opponent could do against you. I recommend throw this move out there, see how they react to it, and then apply your game plan from there. So 9 times out of 10, when you press buttons in between the block string and this move, you will be hit. But some characters can beat out this move. As you can see, Piccolo is one of those characters that can beat out the move with his down light sometimes. But 9 times out of 10, the rest of the cast cannot beat out this move. They're going to get hit by the homing wave, just like so. I'm doing it with examples, or with Vegeta and Cell. They trying to down light after, in between the homing wave is not working. And if your opponent gets hit by the home wave, you can easily vanish into a full combo. Or, like we learned before, If they block, you can vanish and apply your pressure after that with the plus frames. So another move you could incorporate into our block strings is forward and the key blast button. Piccolo doesn't have a normal key blast button like the rest of the cast. This is his key blast button. He shoots lasers from his antennas, and you do this by pressing forward and the key blast button. And this move is 100% safe on block, mid-screen, and in the corner. So it's a very good tool you could use also in your block strings. And if your opponent's pressing buttons in between, because there is a gap in between this, they will be hit. And if you haven't used your standing heavy or your down heavy at all in your block string, you could, after you do this move, you could confirm into your standing heavy or down heavy for a full combo. So there is a gap in between the key blast and the block string, so you can easily reflect and try to hit your opponent after. But for most of the cast, this move is 100% safe against most of the cast. To my knowledge, there's one character that can punish it. And sorry for butchering my reflect right here. I was messing up. But even Vegeta cannot reflect and punish. But for some reason, Cell is that one character that I found out so far that can reflect and punish. I don't understand the reason off of that. He seems to be able to attack faster off his reflect than the other characters. I gotta test to see if this is the case for more characters. This may be a little bug or glitch. I don't know. Because I believe his light attack is 6 frames just like Vegeta's and Piccolo, so I don't understand why that's the case. But he gets the same thing in the corner as well. Piccolo and Vegeta cannot reflect and punish in the corner while Cell can. So I think this might be a bug. If anybody knows the reason for this, please write in the comment section below and let me know the reason why he can reflect and punish his move and other characters cannot. One good thing about Piccolo antenna lasers is that it counts as a key blast move, and you could always cancel into a special move after antenna lasers, so you could catch your opponent if they try to reflect and apply pressure after that with a special move after. So the next move we're going to talk about that you incorporate into Piccolo block strings is this cross-up elbow attack. This one in particular that you're watching on screen can be done by a quarter circle forward and light attack button. And this move, like I said, it crosses your opponent up, so you're forced to block the opposite way of what you originally was blocking. And it's 100% safe on block. And this move is pretty fast. It's not that fast, but it's pretty fast. So if you're pressing buttons in between, you will not be able to beat your opponent out, and you will be hit. Also, since there is a giant gap in between this move, you can vanish out of it, but the momentum of the elbow is going to take Piccolo too far across that your vanish attack won't hit. I feel like the best way to punish this move is by jumping and super dashing at your opponent, and you can punish the opponent just like so. Also, if you get hit by the elbow, you can easily vanish and do a full combo. So moving on to the medium version of the cross-up elbow. This move is pretty much the same as the light version, but Piccolo travels a greater distance when he crosses through your opponent's body. And like the light version, this move is 100% safe as well. And like I said, you have to block this move cross-up wise because it goes through your body. And it causes a sliding knockdown animation once it hits. So if this move hits, you would cancel into your level 1 supers, the special beam cannon. Or you can cancel into your Hellzone Grenade, and the Hellzone Grenade catches your opponent, and you can extend your combos from there with a Super Dash. So unlike the light version where you cannot stick a button out at all, this version leaves a little bit more room for buttons to be stick out because Piccolo does travel a greater distance than the light version. Light attacks unfortunately would not beat your opponent out, but a medium attack, well, not all medium attacks, but most medium attacks from characters can beat your opponent out. And down heavies and standing heavies can beat your opponent out as well. So if you see this move coming, you can react and punish it with a down heavy or a standing heavy or some medium attacks. So Cell is one of those characters who could get the max damage on his punish with the down medium because he does a sliding mid that travels a great range, and it can punish Piccolo just like so. So you have to be very aware of when you use this move and the characters you use this move on. And there's just some characters who cannot get max damage punished at all. Vegeta is one of those characters because he has short normals. His standing medium and his down medium will not reach at all. Even his down heavy will not reach Piccolo at all. But he can punish with his his standing heavy. So some characters you can't not get max punish on, but any punish is better than no punish at all. So just like with the light version, you can easily jump and punish their opponent when they do the medium version. And with the enhanced version is like a fake cross up, which you have to block regular way. But you can easily punish this move by jumping and super dashing at your opponent just like so. So you could use the assist to further extend your plays. If the elbow happens to hit, you could use the assist just like so to extend your combos, so you won't have to use an advanced attack and waste a bar meter. Or if it's blocked, you can use the assist to help you out to continue on your mix-ups from there. And the same thing holds true with the medium version. If you use the medium version and use the assist at the right timing, you can easily mix up your opponent just like so. So the next move we're going to talk about that you can incorporate in your opponent block strings is his quarter circle back and a light attack button. And when he does his move, he raises his arm up and then disappears and do a chopping move from out the air down into your opponent. And this move is 100% safe on block. Also, this move has a hit or armor during the startup of the move. So if you try to attack Piccolo during this move, he's going to take the hit and then he's going to automatically disappear. And even if you take too long to attack, he's going to disappear regardless. So you have to watch out when trying to attack or retaliate against this move. And if you try to vanish, right? Sometimes you could vanish back into the move if you vanish too early. Also, if you vanish too late, you will completely miss your opponent. So one thing you could do to avoid this move is jump out of the way completely. And you can super dash to try to punish your opponent, but you have to be quick with your super dash, because if you're not quick enough, Piccolo is going to recover and block. Also, if you feel like your opponent is going to do this move, you can easily do level 3 super to hit your opponent out the move. Or you don't even have to do a level 3 super. If you know your opponent is going to do the light version of this move, you could go into your level 1 super and hit your opponent out as well. You can easily down heavy this move, so make sure if you find yourself in a position where your opponent doesn't use an assist to back up this move, to down heavy it. Moving on to the medium version of this move crosses your opponent up, so you have to block the other way, and it's 100% safe on block. And this move has a hit or armor just like the light version, so if you hit the opponent, they will take the hit and then come down with the move. And you cannot jump this move either, or you could jump it, but you have to block jumping it. If you don't jump and try to do the super dash technique I taught you, you will get hit out of it. Since there is a big gap, and you could easily down heavy this move as well. And since there is a big gap, you could easily vanish and hit your opponent out of this one. You can't hit the opponent off the light version, but you can't hit the opponent off of this one. If you try to do a level 3 super though, you would completely miss and they will come down the top of your head with the medium version of this move. You could also reflect this move, but you have to wait for the move about to hit you until you reflect. If you reflect too early or you mash and reflect, your reflect will whiff and you will get hit by this move. The best way to me to deal with this pressure is after you block all the lows on the block string is to stand block. Once you stand block, you're going to be walking back while you're blocking, and then you're going to not be able to deal with a cross up at all. Your opponent's going to fall right in front of your face and then you're going to block regular. And since your opponent thinks that they might cross you up, they might end up blocking the wrong way and you can't punish them just like so from blocking the wrong way. You also got to be aware that this move will cross you up in the corner, and the stand blocking method will not work because the move will still cross you up. So just be aware when dealing with this move in the corner. If you're doing this move and you don't want to get punished by a down heavy, make sure to use the assist to back up your pressure so you could try to punish the opponent that is punishing you. And you can even use the assist during the light version of this move to keep your pressure up, just like so. So next thing we're going to talk about that you can incorporate to your block strings is Piccolo's command grab, and you do this by just pressing the key blast button. When you catch your opponent with the key blast button, command grab, the following is guaranteed: forward key blast and then heavy attack, or down forward key blast and down heavy, or so on and so forth. You can mix and match how you want to, or you can just do the command grab into a standing heavy or command grab into a down heavy. So to me, one of the right times to use Piccolo's command grab is after a light attack, because after a light attack you have to watch out for the standard mix up from the down medium into a forward medium overhead. So since the opponent has to watch out for that, you can mix in a command grab from there to catch your opponent on guard. Another time that you can mix in the command grab is after a down medium, standing medium, in a full block string, because when you get towards the end of your block string, your opponent has to watch out for all the mix-ups Piccolo has from there. So if your opponent is just watching and standing, you could throw in the command grab to catch your opponent off guard. One thing about Piccolo's command grab is very slow. You could like wait till the arms come out and even jump it. Another thing you could do is easily attack out of it. You can easily interrupt Piccolo during it, so you have to be aware. You can't really just throw the command grab out there like that. So once the command grab hits, you could go into a forward key blast, into a standing heavy, and do a advantage combo from there. And if you don't want to waste any meter, you could just go for mix-ups from there. You could go into a low mix-up, or you could go even into a Dragon Rush mix-up. But you also have to be aware your opponent can't hit you out of this stuff, because you don't have great frame advantage off of it. So it's something that could catch your opponent off guard from time to time. I won't do this all the time. So moving on to Piccolo's infamous Hell's Grenade mix-up, that's pretty much kind of useless at this point in time. It was one of the best things about Piccolo when no one knew what to do against him, but now people figure out you could just get up and reflect, and it kind of just shuts down his whole pressure game in the corner. Even off of uptake, once you hit the floor, you can start reflecting, and it still shuts down his pressure game. But one of the things you can do is bait out the reflect and go for a Dragon Rush grab. And once you condition your opponent that, you're going to empty instant air dash into a Dragon Rush grab, and that you cannot wake up with a reflect, then you could keep on. Then from there, you can go on with your pressure. You can even do this even after the uptake. But if you don't want to spend a bar meter for that type of mix-up, you can easily go into Piccolo's homing wave, and I feel like this is the best thing to do. Once you do this and you condition your opponent, you can go into an instant overhead into a low, or an empty instant overhead to a low. You can even do the homing wave, wait till they touch the floor, and do a Dragon Rush grab if you feel like they're going to try to reflect once they hit the floor, and so on and so forth. And this is pretty much the main mix-up tool you could do with Piccolo in the corner. You can even do double overheads off of this. But yeah, folks, that's the end of the road for this video. What to do on block Piccolo. Hopefully you was able to learn something new today. If you was able to learn something new and you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Check out some of the past content. Links is going to be in the description box below, like I said earlier, for all my social media accounts: Twitter, Patreon, Twitch, Facebook, so on and so forth. Also, the first episode of my YouTube podcast is going to be coming out tomorrow, so please check that out. And I want to see and give me some feedback on it, how the first episode went, so on and so forth. Also, stay tuned for details about the online tournament. I'm still doing that online tournament. I'm just trying to figure out, when should I do it? Should I do it after the DLC characters come out? Or should I wait before? I'm not too sure, but you're gonna get information about that soon. But besides that, hope all you have a nice day. Peace.